Hey y'all, today is the 6th episode in my monthly series of what seeds I'm sowing each particular month of the year. So obviously this is for the month of June. Now in my zone, which is zone 8A in North Texas, it is hot right now. So while I'm going to be sowing seeds, I'm going to be starting a lot of these seeds inside, and then I will be starting some of them outside. Now, my classics that I'm going to be starting outside at this time of the year are always going to be zinnias and sunflowers. Those are just thriving right now, and I like to do sow those about every 2 to 3 weeks so that I have constant flow of those blooms coming in throughout the season. So let me talk to you about which zinnias and sunflowers I'm going to be sowing right now, and then we'll talk about some other seeds. Now, I've shown you this basket before. This is part of my seed organization. So my mother-in-law made this basket, so I always have one side of the seeds I want to sow, and then once I'm done sowing them, I move them to the other side, so I know that when they're on this side, they need to be put away. So easy. Now, I just sowed a whole bunch of zinnias. So the main zinnia I'm going to be sowing for this time of year is my Cherry Queen zinnia. It is a large, bright red, beautiful, gorgeous zinnia. I love it at this time during the end of the summer and then into the fall. It's just a really great, beautiful pop of red in the garden. Next, I'm going to be adding 2 varieties of pro-cut sunflowers. Pro-cut sunflowers are sunflowers that'll grow in one stem with one bloom, and once they've done that, you cut them out, you use them, and then you're done with them. So 2 varieties I'm going to be growing right now are Pro-cut Red Lemon Bicolor and Pro-cut Red. And basically, I'm starting to pick tones that I'm excited about utilizing in the fall. Yes, will it be fall weather in North Texas come September? Not really. It will still be 100 degrees out here, but we pretend it's fall, and so I like fall colors at those times. One of my favorite varieties that I love to do is the Botanical Interest Heirloom Beauties is what it's called, and it is a mix of sunflowers provided by Botanical Interest, and it's a great one to mix in. So all of these tend to be, I believe these are all single cut. I think that's correct. But it's all yellows, warm tones, and deep reds. So I'm really excited to plant this mix as well. The next one I'm going to be doing is by Fairy Moores, and it's called Ruby Eclipse. And these are about 5 to 6 feet tall. They are a branching one, and it says it produces ruby red and creamy lemon yellow tipped blooms up to 10 inches in diameter. So I'm excited about those. I mean, it's rare that you're going to find anything I'm not excited about. I do love branching sunflowers. I know a lot of people don't. I love the whimsical quality of them. I think they're super fun. I'm also going to be planting a Strawberry Lemonade branching sunflower. That one is from Johnny Seeds. And I'm going to be planting the Goldie Double branching sunflower, also from Johnny Seeds. Okay, a few more fun blooms I'm going to get started is I'm going to do a Mission Giant Yellow Marigold. So I actually struggle with marigolds in my garden because they typically get spider mites pretty bad, but I'm going to give it another whirl. These are about 2 to 3 feet tall, large chrysanthemum-like flowers. So I'm excited to give those a try. They have 65 days to bloom, which is great. So if I start them in June, into June, I have them at the beginning of September, which will be beautiful. Okay, I also had a subscriber talk about how she has basically almost perennialized her fennel and that she utilizes that in arrangements. So I was super intrigued because I knew I had fennel somewhere. So I do have fennel, so I'm gonna get that started. I believe it likes full sun. Yes, it's container friendly, so I might start it in a container just to try it out. It has a sweet licorice flavor and it's perfect for salads. I don't intend on utilizing it for salads, but I am very excited to try it out in arrangements. This is called a bronze leaf fennel. Okay, so those are some of the blooms I'm going to be starting outside. A lot of those seeds are going to be started outside. So let's talk about what else I'm planning. Even though it's 100 degrees today here in North Texas, 100 degrees today, I am already thinking about Hearty Annuals. And I am going to be growing a lot of those Hearty Annuals from seed. So while I'm not going to be starting them at the beginning of June, I am going to be starting them at the end of the June into July. And these are ones I'm going to be starting inside in my seed starting station. And if you haven't seen that before, you can definitely look that up within my channel. I am just a home gardener, and so my setup is very small and simple, and it works really, really great if you don't have a lot of room in your house. So what I'm going to be working on is Hearty Annuals, stuff that I really would like to go ahead and get started so that when the temperatures start to cool here in October, that I have big, beautiful plants that I can get in the ground and overwinter them, which I'm really looking forward to. So a couple of those I'm going to be working on are Status. I had a lot of success overwintering Status this last season, so I'm excited to do even more this year. This first Status I'm going to be working on is called Forever Silver. And then I'm also going to be working on two types of snapdragons. I had a lot of success overwintering snapdragons as well. The first one is Potomac Berry Blend from Johnny Seeds. And the second one is Potomac Early Sunrise Mix from Johnny Seeds. Okay, additional Hearty Annuals that I'm going to be looking at are Foxgloves. This was my first year growing Foxgloves. I had really great success overwintering them, so now I want to do a whole bunch. So the varieties I'm going to be starting, these I'm going to be starting inside: Camelot Rose, Dalmatian Peach. Are those all my, yeah, those are my two varieties. And then I have another one I'm going to be working on, which was, I believe it's Dalmatian Cream. I can't recall, but I'll look it up. And then I also had lots of luck with my Campanellas or my Bellflowers, or also called Canterbury Bells. 3 different names, same plant. And they are biennials, and so what I want to do is now I want to go ahead and start them now and overwinter them and hopefully get some blooms next season. So the varieties of those I'm going to be growing are Champion Blue, Champion Lavender, Champion Pink, and Champion White. Excited about those. I'm also going to do another round of Orlea Whitefinch seeds. I did one and then I let them die on accident, which sucked. So they took a whole lot longer to germinate than I thought. It says 7 to 14 days. They ended up taking almost a month to germinate. But I'm going to go ahead and get those started again. I think they like a little bit more heat to get germinated. Okay, so let's talk about additional fall blooms. I am going to be working on some Rudbeckia and a couple of other fall blooms that I want to go ahead and get started, and then they should be beautiful and gorgeous by the end of September going into October, and I can plant everything up for October and November. So the first one is Crane Pink. It's a cut flower kale, so it's a kale bloom, but it's for cut flowers. So I really like the look of these. I think they went overwinter really well. I'm very excited to get those started and grow them from seed. These are about 24 to 36 inches tall. I'm also going to be trying out Zanzibar, and it is an annual. It has a lot of like really beautiful orangey fall tones. So I'm really excited to get that one started as well. I think it'll be really great for containers. And then two types of Rudbeckia. The first one is Sahara Rudbeckia. It's 100 to 120 days maturity. So if I start it now, I got July, August, September. So I should have it sometime in September, which would be really, really great. I guess technically if it goes longer, it might be October, but even still, I'll be excited to try it out. It is an annual, 20 to 22 inches tall. And then the other Rudbeckia I'm going to be trying out is Cherry Brandy, which is also just a beautiful one. Now this is a tender perennial, so I can try to overwinter this one and try to get it to come back next year. Okay, so those are the seeds that I'm going to be working with during the month of June. Now, there are lots of seeds that you guys can be working with at this point in time. You don't have to stick to what I'm doing. I'm just trying to show a little glimpse of what I like to do in my garden, because a lot of people say they don't know when to try different seeds. I'm pretty much always up for trying seeds at a lot of different times. You do want to plant out, like, you know, you don't want to try to grow an early spring blooming flower like right now. Like, you don't want to try that right now. Maybe wait a couple of months and, you know, get that started and then, you know, overwinter it or something like that as a hardy annual. Or, you know, maybe start it in December or January so it's ready to go for the spring. So you do want to think about it as you're planting them. If you really want to plant stuff right now, if you really want to grow from seed right now, stick to the basics of zinnias and sunflowers. They're going to be growing beautiful in our zone. They give a beautiful splash of color and they're very fun to cut and bring inside. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, she's a mad gardener or decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.